Okay, so we had a car come today. It's a 2001 325 Xi, so the all-wheel drive version. It's got a random misfire, 190,000 miles. So we're probably looking at a problem with the CCV. It doesn't have any smoke. So we're going to go ahead and start pulling stuff off of this thing and checking everything out for the guy. I went ahead and pulled just the engine covers off and the little cowl out so he gets everything. We're going to start by doing the coil packs. We're going to go over here, pull the disc out, check the ring on the O-ring on the disc. We're going to check out the throttle body boot, and we're going to probably delete the CCV valve. Okay, so here we are. We pulled all the coil packs out. What we're looking for here, looking for oil on the ends of them and oil down the holes. Now, we didn't see any. There is a little tiny bit of oil up here, which could be from spilling oil, filling it up. It could be possibly a potential crack in the valve cover. It's not very bad. It's pretty minimal. We're going to go ahead and pull the spark plugs out and go and replace those because we don't know the history of them or what kind they are. So just over here holding the NGKs. Usually use these. They're $250 a spark plug from AutoZone or O'Reilly's. I like to use NGKs because if you don't, what happens is they tend to foul out very easily and have a lot of misfires. The NGKs burn really hot and seem to do very well in the BMWs. Okay, so we went ahead and changed the spark plugs. Here's what we took out. These old auto lights, and you can see they're a little bit of oil. They're not bad. They've been there for a long time. Auto lights, they don't work in these cars. You have a lot of misfires. Could be somewhat what the problem was. They look pretty dirty, pretty old. But we need to go ahead and check out everything else. These people are real nice people. They want to drive this car. Don't have to worry about it. So we're going to go ahead and check out for any kind of coolant drips. We're going to go ahead and get on this side, and we're going to pull off that intake boot, that disc, and depends on how that looks. It might go ahead and pull off the ICV and the throttle body and everything. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, so we got the plugs done. Now these Bosch coil packs, the square ones, you can't really service those. The Bremmy ones you can. That all seems to be fine though. Started up, run a little bit rich, a little bit of a miss, and let's pull the air box out. And when I was pulling it out, I noticed that this guy here is just sitting on the throttle body. It's not even hooked up. So let's go ahead and get that thing pulled out. We'll get the disc pulled out and we'll show you guys what's going on. Okay guys, so here we are. We went and pulled the disc out. The disc looks good. It's not loose. We flip it over, hold our finger over the hole, and it holds it. So it's good. The O-ring looks a little bit flat, but it's all right. So here we are with throttle body boot. Like I said, it was just popped off sitting on there. You can see it's got some oil in it. We're going to be looking for on this, we're going to be looking for dry rack cracks in there, like you can see right in there how it's cracked. Any kind of crack up here in these accordions. The upper one looks all right. The lower one getting kind of rotten. I might see if I got another one here. We'll go ahead and switch this out to a nice fresh one. What we're going to do at that point is get in here at the auto control valve. We're going to go ahead and pull that off, and we're going to go ahead and clean it out, and then we're going to go ahead and do the CCV valve delete real quick since it's only a 5-minute deal. You're down this far in it, and we're going to check the oil dipstick oil ring.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got the ICV pulled off. We got it stuck in here like this, and we pulled the 2 screws out here and the 110 that holds the wiring harness, and it's going to snap in like that. We took carburetor cleaner and sprayed out in here and in here and got it where it was doing that. It was stuck. So we're going to go ahead and reinstall that, and we're going to go ahead and pull the vacuum log off, and we're going to go ahead and cap these upper lines. We're going to go ahead and cap the dipstick tube, and we're debating on whether installing the single hose conversion for the CCV delete, and then we're going to go ahead and replace this lower intake boot. Okay, so here's the hose coming from the dipstick, going to the bottom of the CCV or PCV. So I had to cut the bottom of it to get it off. It was so rotten, and the top of it looks like this. And you can see it's just totally gone. So we're not going to use this. We need to block off that dipstick tube for the CCV delete. We don't want to use this. This is too rotten. We're going to get a fresh piece of hose. We'll go ahead and put a bolt or cap on the hose and put a clamp on it. We'll push it back on the dipstick tube. So we're going to go and get this done, and we'll come back in a few minutes. Okay, so here we are where we're at right now. We have the dipstick blocked off. I have a little plug and have a double clamp so it doesn't leak. At this point in time, I have taken the vacuum log off. All these little star heads in here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. I pull that off, snip the plastic tubing down there. You can see or not, but I actually capped it. I don't think it's going to focus. I actually capped it, and what I use for this is a Mercedes lug nut, and it seems like those work great until one day I run out of them. I'm not sure what I'm going to use, but they thread up in that plastic tube, and they're like, you know, they're 2.5, 3 inches long, and it threads all the way in perfect. You could go probably to the hardware store, find some kind of caps, cap those rubber lines off, go into the CCV. And I think we're going to try something a little different on this one. You don't want to do the single hose conversion or the catch can. So I think at this point, we'll go ahead and leave the vent hooked up to the CCV. And actually, I'm not sure if we want to do that. It should vent to the old CCV. It's still laying in there. We got to make sure it is doing that and make sure it's not stopped up first. But I'm just trying to cut down a little bit of his oily smell getting into the cabin. If that don't work, I'll probably just go ahead and take the single hose conversion off the other E46 and snap it on this one. So we're going to see how that's going to work out. We're going to reinstall the DISA valve. We're going to go ahead and put our new throttle body boot on. We have right here, because that one's kind of rotten. Get all that fitted up back correctly. And at that point in time, we're going to go ahead and start this thing up, make sure all the codes are staying on, make sure it's running smooth, make sure nothing's weird with it, and then we'll come back. Okay, so here we are. I went and put the throttle body boot back on, put the DISA back on, put the air filter back on, the whole box. Everything's running great. Ran a little rough when I first started it, and I mean, it sounds absolutely perfect now. So we're going to take my little mirror with the stick and look at the hoses on the back of the intake and make sure none of the little hoses are rotten. This one up here, it looks alright. That's all good to go. The oil was leaking out the bottom of the CCV. I guess it backed up the hose into the dipstick tube and was just running it out all over the ground. So I think we're good to go on this. We didn't find any low compression problems. I didn't do the tester on it. Obviously we have a problem with that. It would be showing up by now. So we'll go and let it run a little bit. We need to go drive it. This thing might have possibly a dry shaft carrier bearing problem also. I'll just have to drive it, listen to it, and see what's going on with that. One thing I wanted to add, guys, when you get these E46s or E39s in, you need to go ahead and do all this stuff. You need to check all this stuff out. If you don't, when you're driving it, it will catch up with you. You're going to have real bad oil leaks. You're going to have wing codes, misfire, whatever. So every car that comes in that I get, I do this. So when he told me this car had a miss to it, I said, well, let me bring it over to the house. Let's go ahead and just go through everything on it and get it all cleared up for him. So this is where we're at. We put all the covers back on. Went and took it for a drive, put all the cowling back on. It drove great. No problems at all. Drove it around a little bit. So I went to stand on the gas pedal a little bit to make sure everything's going to work right. Just fell on his face. And I heard a backfire through the intake, and it blew our clamp off the throttle body and just pushed the throttle body boot off. And I had the scanner on live data when it was doing it, and it was showing random misfire on cylinder 6 and cylinder 5. So we might have a problem with the coil packs. We're probably going to go ahead and put the boot back on and maybe start it up and go drive it again. And if we have the same problem again, we'll probably have to go after number 5 and number 6 coil pack. Now this had the Bosch coils in it, not the Bremies. The Bremies seem to be a lot better coil. So I'm debating on just go ahead and switching those out so we don't have any problem. Even if it doesn't do it to me, it might do it to them. And that, you know, if it does that, when those coil packs starts to go, you're not going to be able to drive it. The EGTs are going to go crazy high, and your cats are going to be glowing, and it's going to be a big mess. So At this point, I'm gonna go ahead and pop off the DISA. I should be able to get down there at that point and put the boot back on the throttle body, tighten the clamp, and we'll go ahead and pull the cowling back out, and I'll switch those last 2 coil packs. I'll just go ahead and put the Bremies in it, and we'll see how that goes. All right, guys, it's getting dark. I just went and drove this car. I don't know if you can even see it or not. Everything's good. Ran and drove fine. We put the intake boot back on. It's just still flashing number 5 and number 6 random misfire, and we know that these Bosch coils are known for that. That 530 we had a while back did the same crap. It had the Bosch coils on it. So I'm gonna call the guy. We'll probably end up going and replacing at least the last 2 with the Bremies, maybe the whole set. I think I have another whole set here, and that's pretty much it. This car is ready to go. You know, not real hard cars to work on, but they pretty much gotta be serviced and gotta be maintained.